Hi, good morning. Today we will discuss about various linear measuring instruments. So we have two types of measurements, linear and angular measurements. In linear measurements, we can do the measurement of length, diameter, height and thickness of. In angular measurement, we can do the measurement of various angles and tapers. First of all, what is meant by measurements? In measurement systems, they can use in industries for quality control purpose. Normally, after manufacturing the components, they have to do the inspection whether the products are manufactured as per the design limits, as per the customer order or not. Suppose it is outside the limits, they have to do the again rework, or they can throw it as a scrap. So their main aim is they have to test the components whether it is made as per the design or not. So during the testing purpose, they can use some different types of measuring instruments. So generally we have two types of measurements are there, linear measurement and angular measurement. First thing is dimensions. Here normally in some common dimensions are there, that is example length, width, height of an object. See, all these dimensions they can measure by using various objects or various instruments. Here see, dimensions of the measuring instruments are classified mainly on three types. First thing is low precision devices. It will be measure the dimensions up to 0.25 mm, and medium precision devices it will measure up to 0.0025 mm, and the high precision devices they can measure up to microns, that is less than microns. So normally in industries they will prefer this high precision devices for doing the measurement. So first thing is non precision instruments. Here we have different types of non-precision instruments in tool rule, and by using this tool rule with assistance of calipers, dividers and surface gauges and thickness gauges. See, all these instruments it will be considered as non-precision instruments. So they should not give reading up to the some microns. Yes, they will give the value, but it is not highly accurate. So that is called non-precision instruments. So next thing is medium precision instruments. See, micrometer. By using this micrometer with the assistance of telescoping and extendable ball gauges and vernier calipers, dial indicators, microscope. See, all these instruments we are considered as a medium precision instruments. So these instruments they will be using in industry for measuring purpose. And next thing is precision instruments. So these are all highly precise instruments. It will give high accurate and precise values. So this is called, first thing is gauge blocks. So by using these gauge blocks, we can do the inspection. It will have high accurate values. By gauge block with assistance of various comparators, mechanical, electrical, pneumatic comparator and optical flats. So all these instruments we are considering as a precision instruments. So next thing is linear measuring instruments. So we have various types of linear measuring instruments: steel rule, caliper, gauges, vernier caliper. We can see one by one in detail. So these are all the linear measuring instruments. First thing is steel rule. Here see, by using this steel rule, we can measure the distance between the 2 points, and then we can measure the end to end distance. That is the major purpose of steel rule. The values in the steel rule directly we can note down. Next thing is folding rule. See, it is also same like steel rule, but they can be fold this rule. It is like some tape. It is looking like folding type. So by using this, we can measure the distance, or we can measure the area, something. So this is called steel tape. So same by using this tape, especially it is used in so many places. We want to measure the distance or distance between 2 points or surface area. All these areas they can use the steel tape. So next thing is calipers. Here in calipers, these calipers it should not show direct reading, but it is a indirect type measurements. Calipers and dividers. So it is also linear measurements, but it is not a direct measuring devices. So this one we can call it as a transferring measuring devices. So first thing is, see, we have different types of calipers: spring joint, screw adjusting outside caliper, spring joint caliper, spring joint and spring joint. We have outside caliper and inside caliper. Here in spring also outside and inside caliper. Next, hermaphrodite calipers. So we want to measure anything by using this caliper. We can hold it, and then we can hold the object. After that, we can take this caliper. It will move on to the steel rule. Directly we can note down the reading. So this is called transferring measuring instrument. So in detail we can see. So see here, I want to measure the distance between these 2 points. By using this inside caliper, I can keep like this, and then I can measure the distance between these 2 points. I will keep the caliper like this, and then you can take this inside caliper onto the steel rule. Directly here we can see the reading. So in this case, this caliper it will act as a some tool. It will hold the object, and then you can measure the distance. Directly in steel rule we could not perform here. It will show some error. That's why we can use the caliper. Here see, again using the outside caliper. Here I want to measure the diameter of this rod, cylindrical rod. You can take the caliper. It will hold the workpiece. After that, you can take this caliper and then move on to the steel rule. It will show the reading here. So and then transferring a caliper setting to a micrometer. We can set the caliper with micrometer. We can note down the readings. So next is setting a hermaphrodite caliper to a ruler. So once we can complete the measurement, you can set the hermaphrodite caliper to the steel rule. You can do the measurement. So this is called our different types of calipers we are using for measurement. So next thing is, our major instrument coming under linear measurement is vernier caliper. Here normally in vernier calipers, it will available in different ranges or different sizes: 150 mm, 225 mm, 900 and 1000 to 200. Based on your requirement of measurement, you can select any one vernier caliper. So the selection of the size, it will depends on the measurements. So this is called Vernier calipers are considered as precision instruments. Before using this, we have to high careness will be needed to handling the vernier caliper. So we can see the vernier caliper, it will give the least count of 0.02 mm. So what is meant by least count means it is the smallest division we can be measure in the instrument, that is called least count. So in vernier scale they have defined the least count as one main scale division minus one vernier scale division. So here this is called main scale, this is the vernier scale. In main scale one division is each is 1 mm. In vernier scale 49 divisions of main scale, it is coinciding to the 50 divisions of vernier scale. So one vernier scale division is totally 49 by 50. So least count is 1 minus 49 by 50. It will come under 1 by 50. So it will give the reading is 0.02 mm. Can calculate this, it will come as 0.02. So least count of vernier caliper is 0.02. So up to this is the smallest division we can measure in the vernier caliper. So example here we see main scale reading is 35 mm they have given. Vernier scale division, it is coinciding with main scale is 20th division. So 20th division is, this division is coinciding with the main scale. So we want to find the total count means main scale reading plus vernier scale coincidence into least count, it will come the total reading. So 35 mm plus 20th division, it is coinciding to the main scale. 20 into 0.02, it will give the 0.4. So total reading is 35.40 mm. So we have a variety types of vernier calipers are available. Type A, Type B, Type C. It will depend majorly on the construction and design purpose. So we can use anything based on our requirement. First we will see the major components of vernier caliper: main scale, vernier scale, fixed jaw and movable jaw. So this is our type A vernier caliper. You can see here, this is called upper jaws for inside measurement. Here we can do the inside measurement. Here these lower jaws for outside measurement. This is called vernier scale. This is the lock screw. This is the thumb screw. This is our main scale. This is the depth rod. We can do the depth measurement also. So this vernier scale is gliding over the main scale. So I want to measure the thickness or any length of the object. I will keep it here. Here see, I want to measure this diameter. I will keep like this, and then by using this thumb screw and lock screw, I can lock this. Then you can see the measurement. First we have to note down the main scale reading, and you can note down the vernier scale coincidence. Which division is coinciding with the main scale? We have to note down the division. Then you can get the total value. So this is the usage of vernier caliper. They will use in all industries and tool rooms and educational institutions for measuring various um, thickness or length of the objects. So here they have given clearly internal jaws, external jaws, locking screw. Here in top side of the main scale they have given in inches. Here bottom side we can get it in mm. This is our metric scale. This is called depth measuring blade. So another vernier is type B vernier caliper. The construction and looking, it is looking like this. So we can use this and then we can perform the instrument. Here there is no setup for internal measurement, only external measurement setup is available. So remaining thing is same. So this is called type C vernier caliper. Here also some slight design changes are there. So see here external measuring faces. This is called internal measuring faces. This is the fixed jaw. This is the beam, vernier scale, and then this is called sliding jaw. These are all the clamping screw. So want to measure the any measurement of an object, we can keep it here outside measurement. After that we can move this sliding vernier scale to the object. We can lock the screw and then we can note down the main scale reading and vernier scale reading. So this is our types of vernier calipers. Now we can set up with dial also, we can get up to the microns. Here in digital, nowadays digital calipers are available. Directly without any calculation, we can keep the object here. It will shows the value of the object up to some mm, points, 30.56 mm. So this is the length of the object. It will shows the reading like this. See here, 27 mm. Distance between these 2 points. So we can see some of the problems on vernier caliper. First thing is find the thickness of a gauge block by using vernier caliper. The main scale reading is 10 mm. Coincidence of vernier scale division is 20 mm. We have to find the total reading. So 20th division is coinciding to the vernier scale. 20 into what is the least count? 0.02. So 10 plus 20 into 0.02. You can get the value. So next thing is length of the bar by using vernier caliper. It is showing main scale reading is 30 mm. Coincidence is 10 mm. So you can find the total reading. So today we have discussed about what are all the various linear measuring instruments, types of linear measuring instruments. In that we have completed steel rule, calipers, and then vernier caliper. Thank you.